Happy Monday. Happy Monday. These Mondays get here so fast and it seems like so much happens in any given time that I'm truly trying to figure out what should I be talking about, because I feel like every day there's a new lesson that I learn that can help somebody else. So in this particular instance, we're going to talk about being empowered to be better. Some of it's going to stem out of a Sunday school lesson that I taught yesterday in the adult class, which was based on John 2, talking about when Jesus performed his first miracle. And really, it wasn't his time to do his first miracle, but his mother had such a level of confidence in him that she wanted him to jump right in and do it. It was the story of the wedding when he turned the water into wine. Okay. So how we relate this to ourselves is there are times in our lives that we want to do something and accomplish something. And we're so ready to do it that we don't always get all the information that we're supposed to have before we jump out there and do it. And that represents the part of us that it's not time to do that thing just yet. We need to wait a little bit, get more information, or God just hasn't given us the clearance. But we can have people around us pushing us forward. Like, you should really hurry up and do that. You're good at this and you're good at that. And we have to be cautious, because in our effort to do better, we can fall on our faces because we're moving beyond our time window, because God gives all of us a certain time when we can do something with grand success. And that's when that hedge of protection is all around you. And you find that you accomplish more than you ever thought you would before, because God is truly with you, because that's his plan. That's his timing. So when we talk about moving forward and wanting to do better and being empowered to do more and better, that's our first lesson. Stop to say, is this the right time to actually introduce this item? Pray about it. Get into the habit of writing things down. I have learned that there are so many things that I can do much better just because I take a moment to write them down. We learn over time. Some people write books about it, but the battlefield is truly in our heads. Everything that we're combating with, we're trying to figure out. We have a bad habit of just leaving it right up here in our heads. We're mulling it over like, well, I don't know. Write it down. Simply take a moment. Write it down, because there's something about getting that thought out of your head onto paper, and the act of writing it helps it to process better for us, and it can begin to make better sense. And as you're writing, that's when you can say, Lord, I'm praying as I'm writing. Show me if this is what I really should be doing right now. Show me if this is the path I should be on so that I won't be, as they call it, a successful failure. But I want to be sure that I can truly go forward and ultimately help somebody else, because at some point in our lives, that's what our goal is. We got to help other people. This particular Monday Musing is being made on Martin Luther King holiday, and him being our example of somebody who he truly had to meter his words, meter his steps. He couldn't just jump out there and do things. There were so many people depending on him and relying on him to help move a process forward, to help do anything beyond oppression. I'll say it that way to keep it just to the point, to help us know how to get beyond a certain level of oppression. So we're looking at Dr. King as, hey, when he makes a move, I'll make a move. So can you imagine being in that situation? Well, that's what it means to be empowered to be better and to do better. That means that that power that you've been giving is enough to pull that trailer of other people who are looking to you, because we're all in this together. So we take moments and take turns, as in relay racing, they pass that baton, say, okay, I've run this far, you take this next race. Well, that's what we are now. We're at that next leg of the race where we want to make sure we're not going to fumble and drop that baton. So going back to the story of Jesus turning the water into wine, one of the things that we end up discovering along in the story was Jesus actually never did it himself, because it wasn't time for him to do it. Instead, he empowered the disciples to do it. He had them to go get the items. He put them to the task, and they were being challenged to have faith that it would be done without him having to actually put his hands on it. Okay? So with that being said, that's us. We're those disciples who have been called forward to put our hands to the task and believing that we will be able to accomplish whatever it is because God has given us the authority. He actually has given us the authority to go out and perform these miracles. And we don't always think of them as miracles, but the simple fact that we can move through this life and accomplish even a fraction of what we accomplished, that is a grand miracle, especially when you look at the grand scheme of things. And there are so many people that cannot. They can't even think about going to school. They can't think about gaining an education. They can't even think about reading a Bible. But most of us, we actually can. So that even lends more to our empowerment that we can do better, right? So as you're musing on this information, think about what you have going on in your life. Think about what miracle that you're about to perform. And again, it is a miracle because you're actually doing it. Something you've never done before. You may be sitting around in a little bit of fear, like, I don't know if I can do it because it's messing with your comfort zone. It's messing with what you know to be right in your own eyes and in your own mind. But at this point, you're having to say, Lord, it's not about what I feel is right. It's not about how comfortable I am. It's actually about what I know I can accomplish because you have given me the power. The same way you told those disciples to go get those pots of water, and all of a sudden it's wine in them, and the best wine. That's another takeaway. It wasn't some bottom of the shelf rock gut, Mad Dog 2020 twist off cap. This was the best. And that's the demonstration on how God can move you forward with the best when you're doing it under his authority, his power, and in his time. It will work out to be amazing. It just will. And we have to believe that. We have to speak that. We have to write that. All those are required in order for it to be a true success. Don't be afraid of speaking it. Don't be afraid of writing it, because fear is what will keep us in the same cycle of not doing better when we have too much on our side to do better, to actually be empowered. So whatever it is going on in your life, whatever your plans, whether it's to be healthier, whether it's to have a new business, whether it is to be a better husband, a better wife, a better daughter, better son, better friend, all of those are within our ability. If we truly accept that we are empowered to do it. The mantle's already been passed to us. The baton has already been passed to us. We just got to get out there and do it. Okay. So let this be your word of encouragement that you can do it. You can do it. You can do it because you have been empowered to do it. Okay. Go forward. Be your best and don't let anybody stop you. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.